Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormus back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video today. We are back with some CDL. We're going to be talking about last weekend's matches. Some very interesting matches, to say the least. But yeah, I mean, let's get into it. So, of course, we'll go through match by match. I'll give you guys what I had predicted, and I'll let you know if I got it right or wrong. So, Seattle versus London to start the weekend off. I actually got wrong. I did expect it to be 3-1, but in the hands of the Ravens, it ended up going the way of the Surge. It looked like the new meta swap or meta change with the lack of an M4 really helped out Seattle. Really looked like Pred was back in form for the most part this weekend. So he played very well in that series, and of course Seattle ended up getting the win, so I got that one wrong, although 100% correct on the next series with the Rocker and Mutineers. 3-1 win for the Rocker, and I got that one right. Then I had 3-2 New York over LAG. I ended up getting that series right, but I got the series count wrong, or map count wrong, sorry. Subliners ended up sweeping, which was really surprising because the Gorillas ended up getting swept by the Subliners, but then beating the Breach. Of course, the Breach definitely didn't look as good this weekend without the M4, so looked like a lot of teams really struggled with the lack of the M4, but a lot of matches ended up going very randomly this weekend, which, of course, I mean, the Seattle over London. I mean, I would have expected that at the start of the season, but then the first week, London goes 2-0, Seattle goes 0-2, so then I'm like, well, what the hell? But yeah, there's a lot change from week 1 to week 2 without the M4, which is insane. But the final match of Friday, I'm pretty sure I'm like one of the only people in existence to actually predict this, but I had Toronto beating Atlanta 3-2, and I was right 100%. So shout out to myself. Then I had Atlanta beating Vegas 3-1. It ended up being a clean sweep for Vegas, or for Atlanta, sorry. This was, of course, on Saturday now. Second match of the night was Texas versus the London Royal Ravens, which was a really close series, which I didn't expect. I expected it to go 3-1. It ended up being a 5-game series. And then Subliners versus Breach, a 3-2 win for the Subliners. And I had the Breach sweeping the Subliners, so I really fucked that one up. Then on to the main event of Saturday, the Mutineers versus the Thieves, which the Mutineers actually win, which I'm sure most people also did not predict. And yeah, I had it 3-1 the other way for the Thieves. Ended up being 3-1 for the Mutineers. And then for the Rocker and Legion, I'm sure most people did not expect the Legion to win this series, but they did, and they were happy. They looked incredibly happy, so I'm happy for them. This is what I mean. Like, what a random fucking weekend. Minnesota loses to Vegas. LAT loses to Florida. Then LAT beats Texas. Like, it's a very random weekend. But yeah, of course, unfortunately, my Rocker go down to the Vegas Legion there. But then we move on to Seattle. Toronto gets the win there, which I had that one 100% right. 3-1, so nice. I went 100% with Toronto this week, or I guess last week, so that's pretty good. Then I had 3-1 for Texas, and it ended up being 3-1 for the Thieves, and then I had 3-0 for Boston, but it ended up being 3-1 for the Gorillas. So again, it looks like a lot of teams benefited with the lack of the M4, which means their subs definitely got better, which happened to be the case for a lot of teams, and it looks like their ARs got a lot worse, which again happened for a lot of teams, such as the Breach. They definitely weren't as dominant this week without the M4. So yeah, very interesting week to say the least. I did decent in my predictions, but of course we kind of have what we know the tournament will look like now. Can I see it? No. Alright, well, I'll have to go on Twitter. Let me go on Twitter real quick. And then we'll take a look at the... Well, I guess we'll look at the standings really quickly. So 12-1 right now. We've got Vegas in 12th, Seattle in 11th. They're both 1-3, but Seattle has a better map count. Florida at 10th with a 7-9 record. Subliners with a 7-8 record. Both of them are 2-2, alongside the Gorillas, Texas, Thieves, Ravens, Breach, and FaZe. They're all 2-2, but of course, a lot of them have different map counts, except for Thieves, Ravens, Breach, and FaZe. They all have a 9 and 8 map count, and of course, shout out to both of my teams, the Ultra and the Rocker, both 3-1, the only teams to go 3-1. Of course, the Ultra is still my team, but my favorite players are Cammy and Bance. So, yeah, unfortunate that they obviously went up against each other already. That was a big win for Minnesota. But, yeah, very interesting. So that's the standings right now. I'm intrigued to see how much that'll change. Of course, the first event is already happening this weekend. Let me see if the bracket is somewhere around here. There we go. All right, so, of course, we've got Challengers coming up Wednesday, which I think I might make a video on. I don't know much about these teams, but I think I will still make a team on, or make a prediction video on them for you guys. But yeah, all of these games are happening Wednesday, and of course, that will affect what the weekend will also look like. So yeah, very excited for that. I'm sure there'll be some really good COD as well. There's some really big names down there that we're gonna have to keep an eye out for. But yeah, so this is what it'll look like. So Group A, we've got Minnesota, then whatever the Challengers team is, which will be well, technically the best Challengers team, I think, which could be the Rocker Academy, to be fair, for this. So that would be interesting. But so yeah, the Minnesota Rocker, the LA Gorillas, and the New York Subliners. So an interesting Group A. I don't know. It's still big question marks for LAG and New York, I think, but definitely a W for the Rocker. Rocker's definitely my pick to win the bracket there, I guess, or win the group, I'll say. Now, this one is very interesting. Of course, Texas and Florida down there in the bottom, second and third seed, but Toronto up in the first seed. And again, they will get the Challengers team up first. That's a really good group as well, so that'll be an interesting one. I'll probably give it to Toronto, though. Then in this one, we've got a very interesting Atlanta, Seattle. And it depends on LAT and London, which similarly over here with the winners, with Group D, I should say, we've got LAT and London down there as well. So Group C will be Atlanta, Seattle, and either LAT or London. I think we're waiting on that. And then Breach over in Group D leads the way with LAT or London and Vegas. So, yeah, I'm really intrigued to see what'll happen. We've got some very interesting matches for this weekend already. And, yeah, we'll have what, 8 teams qualify, I guess? Yeah. So we'll have 8 teams qualify into the final bracket, I believe it is. And it could be a Challengers team, which will be really exciting. Could have 4 Challengers teams in there, which would be really exciting. And I think that will all be a part of the tournament weekend. So yeah, we'll have the 8 winners, and then we'll have the 4 losers, I guess. Is that right? You lose here, you go down there. You lose here, you go down there. Then you just, okay, yeah. No, yeah, I think it's only 8 teams. Yeah, okay. I think it's just these 8 teams that'll be making it here. And yeah, I don't think there will be 4 teams down there. So when you lose here, you go down to the losers bracket. And then, yeah, okay. So yeah, I think it's only 8 teams for this weekend. I think that's how they have it for this tournament. So, yeah, I mean, I'm very excited for this upcoming weekend. I think we're going to have some really good matches. Obviously, it's going to be on LAN, I believe, so that is really exciting. We're going to be in Carolina, or no, not Carolina, sorry, Carolina, my bad. Yeah, we will be in Carolina, which will be cool. I wish I could go. Would like Carolina's weather rather than the weather I'm currently getting. It's been -7 these past 2 days here in New Brunswick in Canada, so yeah, but with that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.